players, this is Guru Joe and Professor Eric.
What's up, guys?
On the camera today. Good to see you guys. So we're just going to break down the Kali numbering system one more time, but I'm going to go into the long-range weaponry, and I got to be honest, I just don't do a lot of it. I find the stick is really practical. You got like an umbrella in your car, a machete, a hatchet, you're out camping, pocket knife, those kind of tools. Those are real-world things that we use all the time. You don't normally pack your like 6-foot staff and your like shinai samurai sword. Maybe you do, but I don't walk around with those tools. And indoors, like if you're thinking of defending yourself in your house or your car, those tools are really impractical. But my disclaimer is, Guru Dan always gets on me for not working on the long range stuff, so I'll put it out there. If you find the notes for it, or maybe I will put it in the description, we have what we call 12 areas of Kali, and those include categories like Pantukan, but the majority of it are the weaponry categories, like even soft tools like the bullwhip, and throwing projectiles like the knife and the bolo used as a throwing tool. Those are in there, but like single stick, double stick, single knife, double knife, all kinds of things, and the long range weapons are part of those 12 areas as well. So we do them. So if you look at being right hand dominant, and we go 1 through 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So forehand, backhand, forehand, backhand, thrust. Forehand, diagonal down, backhand down. Those would be to the chin, the collarbone, maybe the temple. Horizontal to the floating rib, or can even be to the hip bone if the tool is heavy enough. And thrust can be to like below the waistband, to the navel, the solar plexus, the throat, the face, any target, but we typically take it to the body. So if we progress and we go further out, when you start working with the longsword, people get really confused by it because it requires 2 hands. But if you think about how would I do everything right hand dominant, so you wouldn't swing it this way, but think about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my left hand is really just there to assist. So that's how you can figure everything out. Like if I do a block, if I do an umbrella or a roof block, that's right hand dominant. So my left hand would be underneath to support. If I did a shoulder shield, my right hand is dominant, my left hand is going to be supportive here. So same in the striking. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 thrust. So it should look at you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It could be on my left side, or it could be on my right side. It doesn't really matter, but that's how you're going to deduce things. And we start off with the staff in the exact same spot. So there's a few different grips we can have with the staff. It could be in a center grip, but you can also approach it at the end, just like a very long sword the same way. So 1, 2, 3, see I get the ceiling already, 4, 5. Or I can shorten it up. And now this gives you right and left hand dominance. So I could go 1 on this side, roll it, 2 on this side, roll it. So everything is hitting with the right side. 4, flip it, 5. But I can also go 1, left hand 2, right hand 3, left hand, back to right hand for the thrust, or it could be the left hand for the thrust. But in general, blocking is going to be the same. Like if you think of a vertical block, inside sweep with a stick or knife, I'm going to go right hand dominant this way. Shoulder shield is going to be the same way. Umbrella is going to be the other side. So, and then you start to go left-handed too. Okay, but if I have room, let's see if I can get away from the ceiling on this one. Same thing. 1, 2. Everything's right hand dominant and it's long. That's it. So next week what we'll do is we'll go into the simple box pattern with the long tools, and it's extremely easy. So if you think of like a 3-count box pattern, I feed the angle 1, they feed a high backhand, I shoulder shield, I return the overhead. So it's no different than if I have the stick, I inside sweep, I feed a high backhand, I cover the overhead. So when you get multi-tool, the real purpose of it is so that no matter what you pick up, everything is the same structure. So see, even where my hand was going to assist the staff, It is now here in the same spot to create checks, maybe to throw a punch, to help affect my counter line, but it is all identical. So you don't have to have these systems where you're like, okay, I have sword day and I'm really working on my samurai routines, and then staff is completely different and knife is completely different. When you make things complex like that, you're not going to be good at any of it. One of the reasons that the Inosanto group is so involved in stunt work, like they did all the John Wick movies, right? The Book of Eli, the movie 300, and on and on and on. The Bourne Identity films, they worked with the Daredevil series on Netflix. It's because what I've been told is anything they need to use for film, they don't have to rehearse. It's like, oh, here's the bullwhip. Can you do that? Yeah, sure, I think I can pull it off. Oh, here's a machete. Can you do that? Yeah, no problem. I can be the machete wielding like psychopath, because it's all the same. But people always ask me, they're like, what's your staff system like? It's like, man, if you've been training with us for 2 or 3 years, you already know the staff system. You just need to go and play with it if that's your thing, and find something higher than an 8-foot ceiling. All right, you guys, so that's the long range tools. I really appreciate you. If you haven't yet, click the like and subscribe button. We really appreciate it. And it's always good to have your feedback. So if you have any questions or there's anything you want us to work on, Eric and I will be more than happy to do
Absolutely.
that. And we will be back next week. Warriors out.
Warriors out.